I'm ready to fly to Colorado bright and early on Friday and race all day Saturday and hopefully not vomit. It's time to pack up the bike and ship it. It's Monday, I race on Saturday. Let's hope it all goes well. What is the one thing I screwed up the most in getting ready for Leadville? I'm about to tell you. Here's the one thing I screwed up in getting ready for Leadville, like a big thing. And I know I'm talking about Leadville specifically, but this could apply to any race, and especially any long distance race. Don't make the same mistakes I made. Okay, so I really only did one long training ride for this race. Which is a mistake in of itself, but that's not the mistake I'm about to talk about. I was so focused on my technical abilities coming from road and track, doing short technical rides, trying to work on my skills and my handling, that I completely overlooked the endurance side of things. For me, I've always had great endurance, so I wasn't concerned about it. I just didn't do it. But finally, my friend Carter convinced me to do one, and in that endurance ride, that's when I realized the biggest mistake I've made 2 weeks before the race. Okay, context here. It's been 100 degrees in Los Angeles on a regular basis every single day, so the only rides that are... silence my phone. The only rides that you can really do right now in the middle of the summer in LA, you have to either do before the sun comes up or after the sun goes down. So Carter convinces me to do a night ride up Wilson Toll Road, which is about 8 or 9 miles, and the chillest grade is 8% and the hardest grade is probably like 21%. It's like a mother of a climb. It sucks and it's all dirt. So I did it on my mountain bike. We left around 7, we got to the top, and it's like easily getting on midnight. By the time I got home, it was like 1:30. It was a long night on the mountain. A lot of me cursing my bike because my back was hurting. My back, my shoulders were hurting, my butt was hurting. There was like everything just felt off in a way that I hadn't noticed before on my shorter rides. And there's nothing wrong with the bike because the Liv Pique Advance is a great bike. It's just that I didn't feel comfortable on it. So I go get a bike fit. A week before my race. I know you're not supposed to make changes in the last 2 weeks before a race. I know. I went to see Matt at Pasadena Cyclery and he was basically like, yeah, your bike's too small for you. What? I'm 5'3". I like basically fit into the whole frame of this camera right now. I have never come across a bike that was too small for me. Oh yeah, that's insane. That looks so bad.
Well, now you look like a real mountain biker.
Oh yeah. I don't know if that's I don't know if that's what it takes to get me to look like a real mountain biker. I'm still wearing spandex. So it never even crossed my mind that that was the issue. I had bought the Liv Pique Advance in an extra small, and it turns out I should be riding a small. So with the limited time on our hands, the only thing I did was extend my stem and get another seat post so I could extend. I already had my seat post out to the max height. There was nothing I could do. So I ditched the dropper post and SRAM gave me another stem to put in, so I am hopefully gonna be a little bit more comfortable for the 100 miles, 11,000 feet of climbing that I have ahead of me on Saturday.
It's gonna feel a lot better.
I will never, ever get a new bike again without getting a bike fit. Like, anytime I get a new bike, I'm taking it in and I'm getting it fit to me. There's no reason I should be riding a bike that isn't fit to me. If you learn anything from me in this video, it's that if you spend any amount of time on your bike, like multiple days a week or long rides, get a bike fit. Like, you might be judging that like cycling isn't the thing for you because it hurts your back or hurts your butt. It's probably the bike fit. I know bike fits can be on the expensive side, like between $100 and $300, but you're gonna be spending that much money on physical therapy if you go race your bike without getting a fit, and then later on you're having to fix injuries. That's my rant for today. Miss it. I have been doing lots of things to get ready for Leadville aside from riding my bike. I booked my bike flights, shipping arrangements, This is not sponsored by them. Thanks Shannon Day, a mechanic I set up for when I get there. I booked my flights, I did everything. I got my gear dialed in, I got my nutrition dialed in. I listened to all of the Leadville 100 podcasts. Yes, guys, there's a freaking podcast for the Leadville 100.
2 easy recovery spots. One, a very brief downhill, in fact, for a sec, that you're going to make, some good time and improve your average.
These guys are crazy. They have done the Leadville like 20 times or something. And they interview Rebecca Rush on like every episode. So one of the things Rebecca said was 14 days out from the race, the only thing you can do to train for the race is fuck it up. I don't know if those were exact words, but basically you're supposed to just rest and chill, which has been the hardest part for me in these last 2 weeks because I just want to keep riding and I want to race crits and do other things nonstop. So yeah, trying to not screw it up. Now that my bike's been shipped, I've just been going on a chill rolls with my road bike, kind of dialing in where I'm gonna put everything, like where's the snacks gonna sit and where's drink mix and where's the cameras and the batteries. Okay, so I am using my same CamelBak, excuse me, I went on a errands today. I am using my same CamelBak from Iceland, the Iceland race I did. Leah's going for a little wee, as she calls it. By the way, you think after 3 days of stage racing in Iceland, I would have realized that my bike didn't fit me, but I think I was just so stoked on being in Iceland and like adrenaline rush on the whole like first mountain bike race thing that I just didn't realize that the pain I was feeling wasn't just the endurance of the race and the race itself, but it was actually my bike not fitting me. My butt hurts. Want me to pull that up for you?
Got it.
Side note. Anyway, the CamelBak I used from that race, I'm using again for Leadville. It carries 3 liters, which is a fairly small CamelBak. I really like this one because it sits low. The weight of it sits low, so it kind of just rests on my hips. There's no pull at all on my shoulders. It feels super comfortable. It's got this pouch here. I'm gonna put all my tools go in here. And since I'm doing this without a crew, unsupported, all of the layers I'll be wearing will go in here as I strip them off. The race will start at 38 degrees Fahrenheit and will go up to as far as 75, 80 maybe on race day. It might rain, I don't know. So I'm gonna be wearing a lot of layers and I'll be probably stripping them off as I'm racing, AKA surviving, not barfing, hopefully. And then I've got the waist pockets because this fits, I'll just put it on for you. This fits around my waist here and this clips in right there, and the waist pockets I've got designated for emergency goos and then trash right here. So can't throw any of my trash on the ground, gotta carry it with me. The GoPro chest mount will be right here. I've got this little loop here that I love to clip my little tiny lightweight JBL speaker to. Also not sponsored. You wanna poke your head in, girl? Ash just got home from a ride. Beautiful weather. Ooh, you smell good.
I smell like maple syrup sweat.
Smells sweet. So people might hate me for this, but I got a little clip-on Bluetooth speaker because this is like gonna be my morale booster. And total little hack, I put a little stick-on Velcro patch on the back and then Velcro it here so it doesn't flop around while I'm riding. I'm going really like full kook on this and I don't care. Don't care. Wait till you see my mountain bike helmet. That's special. Thank you, Liv, for the mountain bike helmet, but really white and teal. I don't know about that. The other thing I totally fell for, the feed. When I was listening to the Leadville 100 podcast, they kept talking about the feed, and out of like 10 hours of podcast listening, 9 of those hours was those guys telling me how much and how often I need to eat. So with that in mind, of course they had like a sponsor, and the feed is like Chewy. If you have animals, Chewy is like an online ordering system for cat food and like cat litter and stuff, or dog food. So the feed is like that, but for athletes. And so you get discounted stuff. And again, this is not sponsored. I fully paid for this myself because I fell for the advertising. I'll let you know how it goes. I got the Leadville box. So this is supposed to be kind of like everything I need. or almost everything I need for Leadville. And the thing I was most excited to try out was the Morton's 320. It's 320 calories dissolved into your water, and it's made of mostly like sugar and salt and electrolytes, so no caffeine. That's cool. So this is all things that my stomach is familiar with. The only thing I wasn't familiar with was the Morton's, and I tried that out already on a few rides and I like it. So got my nutrition, gotta put all that in my pouch. I'm also gonna have a handlebar pouch, a little tiny handlebar pouch with my number taped on the front, because I want quick reaching GoPro and snacks. So that's gonna be in the handlebar pouch. Then the last thing is Enduro Packs sent me another box of their liquid electrolytes, which I freaking love this stuff. It's mineral based, it's got potassium, magnesium, iodine, copper, selenium, chromium, cobalt, silver, and zinc. So not only does it give me the electrolytes I need, but also boost my immune system, which I will need when I'm doing all the traveling that I'm doing and stressing my body out. And you just squirt this into your water or into the water in your Camelback, and it makes it taste better than regular tap water. That's true. So it's also great when you're living in Los Angeles. That's everything, I think. The last thing is Quoc Shoes is sending me, I'm just gonna show you, Quoc sent me these road night shoes that are just freaking gorgeous. I am so stoked on these, they're super comfortable. And I wrote them and I said, hey guys, can you maybe send me some gravel shoes for Leadville? And they were like, maybe. My current gravel shoes are on the verge of breaking. The boa is like hanging on by a thread, and I was packing duct tape with the expectation that my shoes were going to break on the race. So should Quoc get me the shoes in time, I'm gonna be so grateful, because I do really need shoes for this race. So yeah, wish me luck. My number one goal, I think I said in the last video that I wanted to try to finish in under 10 hours. I take that back. My only goal for this entire race is to not throw up. Everything that I've been reading about altitude sickness and remembering that race that I did in Bogota when I got up to 12,500 feet and I turned white as a ghost. I started shaking, I got really nauseous, I wasn't eating because I felt sick, and then I just threw everything up on the side of the road along with a couple other people doing the same thing. So remembering that whole process and how much that sucked, my goal for this race is to just not throw up, right? Okay, wish me luck. You guys have any questions about other things that I've done to prepare, or my setup, or how my gear? If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments below. I will answer them when I can. I will be coming to you next week with the race video and Sam and I doing Leadville. Sam is doing it single speed, by the way. I completely forgot to mention that. Thanks for watching this video. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, support me on Patreon because that also supports my videos, and Girls Inc., making girls strong, smart, and bold. Cool. See you here next week with Leadville. With no barking, I hope.